Hi everyone, first of all, thank you for watching this video. So if you're someone who has not subscribed my YouTube channel, please do subscribe. And we are very soon going to kickstart our new batch for business analyst. So if you're someone who wants to take up the course, please contact to this number. So the topic for today is stakeholders. So uh, as a BA, your primary role in the work environment is to gather the requirement, and you gather the requirement from the stakeholders. So many people used to wonder stakeholders are called clients, but in reality they are not. Okay, there is a difference with the stakeholders and client. Stakeholders are your not clients. Okay, they're one of the key member of your project. So actually, who is stakeholder and how we need to identify the stakeholders and what exactly the designation it is in the organization. So let me make it simplified. So first of all, please pay attention on the definition. So stakeholders are the people who get impacted by the project or influence the project. So so these people are the key members, guys, in the project. So in case if anything goes wrong, these people one who is going to affect, and also they will bring so much of value with the project by giving some ideas. So let me take, so business analyst will be gathering the requirement from these stakeholders. Okay, different stakeholders will be there in the project. So let me take one healthcare domain, because in order to become a business analyst, one of the top domains that are evolving in the market was like one is banking and other one is healthcare. So let me take a healthcare domain example, and I will be explaining you who exactly will be the stakeholders in this healthcare domains. So let's understand what, for example, a business analyst is selected for one of the company, and that company was handling a healthcare domain. So for that, they were hired a business analyst. So that business analyst duty is to gather the requirement from the stakeholders. So they were building, actually that company, so and so company were building a healthcare application, guys. Okay, healthcare application, let's assume. And you as a BA need to gather the requirement about that healthcare from the stakeholders. So who will be the stakeholders when it comes to this healthcare application? Let's take an example. So when there is a requirement with regards to the doctors, so doctor will be your stakeholder. Okay. When it comes to the requirement related to the uh, lab technician, so lab technician will be your your stakeholder. Okay. So suppose if the requirement related to the nurse, okay, nurse, so nurse will be your stakeholder. And suppose if your requirement related to the billing team, okay, so every hospital will have a billing team, right? So in case if there is a dependency in giving the requirement from their end, so these people now will be called stakeholder. So you got an idea, guys, I guess. Because why these people will be only called as stakeholders? Because suppose if you are going to gather the requirement with respect to the doctor scenario, so who knows out of these people about the doctor's activities? More towards doctor only, right? Because he knows what exactly the flow goes and what will be the advantages and how the process needs to be there. He only knows. So as a BA, you need to gather the requirement. If it is related to the a doctor requirement, you need to gather the requirement from the doctor only, because he cannot go to a billing team how doctor flow will have, what kind of requirement you're expecting. Okay, you cannot ask that because they were not well versed with this. Okay, doctor is well versed with his way of activities only, right? So this is one of the example. And suppose uh, if you were assigned to gather the requirement from the lab technician, so you need to approach these people and you need to first of all understand uh, their workflow, how they are doing, and from there you need to gather the requirement regarding the lab only, like how the labs reports were generating, and how many days it is taking to generate the report, and do we have an option to upload the reports in the online. So as a BA, you need to approach them and gather the requirement, guys. If it is related to the lab related. So suppose if the requirement related to the nurse, you need to approach them and they will explain their way of journey. So nurse will explain their journey because nurse knows what they will be doing on daily basis in the hospital. So these people will be the right person to provide you the exact information. So you as a BA need to gather from them. Okay, so as per the requirement, you need to identify first of all who is going to give the requirement for you. You need to identify the stakeholders. So the one which I gave you, these are absolutely people are considered as one of the primary stakeholders, guys. Primary stakeholders. So you need to understand. So these people are called primary stakeholders, and there will be secondary stakeholders as well. Okay, secondary stakeholders. So secondary stakeholders means within your project who were contributing towards the project in building, those people we call it as secondary stakeholders. For an instance, your developer, okay, and your QA team, project manager, business analyst, okay, uh, scrum master. So these people, the one who is going to contribute towards your project internally by performing the task and doing things, these people will call secondary stakeholders. So as a BA, you will be gathering the requirements from the most of the times from primary stakeholders. Okay, from primary stakeholders. Okay, so these people will be primary stakeholders in our case, but this does not mean for every healthcare domain, every time these people will only be the stakeholders for gathering the requirements. No, as per the requirement, you need to identify, guys. For example, if the requirement related to the doctor, you will be approaching doctor. If the requirement related to the lab, you will be approaching lab. And if the requirement related to the insurance, you will be approaching insurance only, insurance team, because they are the one who knows the the journey and activities of insurance, so they will provide you the better requirements. So if you go if the requirements related to the insurance and unfortunately if you approach nurse, will they able to justify? No, definitely they won't justify because they don't know, they only knows only their work, nurse, right? They don't know about the insurance. So these people will be considered as the stakeholders, guys. Okay, this is for healthcare domain. So let's take for banking domain. So banking domain, also one of the popular domain as of now in the IT industry, and it will be evergreen for sure in the future as well. So for banking domain, the stakeholders could be primary, like your branch manager. Okay, so branch manager. Example, I'm saying branch manager and loan manager. Okay, and teller. Teller means the one who sits in front of the system and uh, collect the information of the customers whoever visits the bank. So these people we will call it as teller in the banking terminology. And what else? So credit team. So all these people will falls under the stakeholders, guys. For primary stakeholders, these people will falls under primary stakeholders for banking domain. So you as a business analyst, when your company was building a banking application, so when you get a chance to gather the requirement, you will be gathering the requirement from the primary stakeholders from the banking, and those people will be something like this: branch manager, loan manager, teller, credit team. Okay, and whoever is working in the bank, currently in that bank, so from them you will be approaching, and who is doing what. So if it is related to the loans, if you are planning to gather the requirement related to the loans, so you will be approaching to the bank loan manager, and you will collect the information from them, and you will uh, get it done. Okay, so this is how the stakeholders will be there in the IT industry, guys. So these people are not a client, right? So after having this all explanation, what did you felt? So did you felt these people are clients? No, these people are one of the key members of the project. They will bring so much value to the application process in building. Okay, because they will be having a great idea on the requirements. Because currently they might be having an experience. Okay, there are many scenarios where these people are going to be very, very crucial for building an application. So these people will call it as primary stakeholders, guys. So I hope this video was very informative. Please do subscribe and like the channel. Thank you. And if anyone is interested to become a business analyst, wanted to take the course, please contact to the number. Thank you.